What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming. Clash Royale action, and yes, it's about as dirty as it gets right here. Now, personally, I have a list of least favorite cards that I talk about when I'm live streaming. I don't like to face Sparky, Royal Giant, Lava Hound, Mortar, Expo, and Rocket, but give me the Rocket and a mirror, and I don't know, I mean, just... Okay, so here's my philosophy about the way Clash Royale works. If it's in the game, it's fair play. I mean, you can't say that it's unfair or the person is cheating or whatever if they're using something, even though it's extremely obnoxious, aggravating, rage-inducing, like a Rocket, or a Rocket, a Fireball, a Zap Spell, and a Mirror card. So, DC Legend, he's in my clan. I mean, I'm not endorsing this, but he's using it with some success. And so we're going to take a look at some replays, and just the first one will show the face cam, and after that, I'm going to hide my face. I'm suggesting that DC Legend hides his face as well. Alright, so here we go. You can see he's got a pretty defensive deck. He's got the Valkyrie, he's got the Ice Wizard, Elixir Collector, Inferno Tower, and then he's got the Rocket, the Fireball, and the Mirror cards to do the damage to his opponent. Now, again, it's not unfair, it's just unclean. And there's really no other way of looking at it, but here comes a double Prince push. Looks like it's going to get there. Last second, Zap Spell stops the charge and the Valkyrie. So you've got to admit there's some skill there, right? It's not just random, you know, this no-skilled blank user. Insert hated card here. I realize that a lot of us like to say that, but obviously with any card, especially the severely nerfed Mortar and Expo cards, it does these days take some skill in order to grab a victory against a same level player. Now right here, DC Legend using the Rocket card to get double value. He's taking out those Elixir Collectors and damage on the tower as well. We're down into the final 60 seconds. He hasn't used his mirrored Rocket yet, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm just warning you, hide the children, get any sensitive people out of the room, any elders, you might not want them around because it's not right. It really isn't. Okay, now he's using the Fireball on defense, the Inferno Tower doing a good job as well. He's a little bit behind overall on hit points. His opponent has gotten some damage on that right lane tower, and we have 30 seconds left in this battle. Fireball on the tower and the Elixir Collector, fair enough, but get ready as time counts down. DC Legend with another Rocket. He's got 3 Elixir Collectors working, and you can tell what's coming. I mean, you just see it. 3 Elixir Collectors, you let your opponent build up that much Elixir and you're going to be in trouble, especially late game. Big push coming down the right-hand lane, but between the Inferno Tower and his Ice Wizard, the Valkyrie, the defensive Fireball, because again, he's rotating around to the Rocket. Now he's way behind right here, only about 700 hit points left on that right lane tower. Fireball, here it comes. Rocket on the left lane tower, takes it down to about 800 hit points. And is he going to do it? Yes, he does it. There it is. Double Rocket damage, takes it down to, well, it's less than a Rocket away. So here comes a Fireball. Okay, Rocket, Fireball, whatever. No direct damage on that tower. DC Legend throws up the good game, and I don't know. It's tough. I am speechless. I really am. So let's look at some more replays. All right, so you can see here he's facing a pretty unusual deck. Miner and the 3 Musketeers, and again he's got this evil deck, and he's got a Rocket queued up already right away. He's ready to go with the Rocket. He does change his mind. He's going to try to defend against the Miner on his Elixir Collector. Now this player here has placed that Elixir Collector in the center, which is a good idea. That's usually where I like to place it because it's good that both towers can attack the Miner if it's there. It also prevents exactly what DC Legend wanted to do, and that was Rocket on. Now, oops, that's an oops right there. He did take out the Musketeers, but he woke up the King. Now, normally most of us would be upset. Oh man, now I have to deal with the King damaging my units as I move in, but don't forget, DC Legend doesn't care. Who needs direct damage when you're just going to throw rockets and fireballs at your opponent all day long? Now, do me a favor, don't kill the messenger. Don't dislike or downvote this video just because you don't like his strategy. I mean, if you want to, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. The dislikes aren't going to kill me. And I understand, though, right away, before I put this video together, I understood you guys were going to dislike this strategy. I dislike this strategy. I'm not endorsing it. And I will tell you this, you're never going to push towards the top of the leaderboards, A, and B, or number 2, you're never going to win a bunch of tournaments by throwing double rockets at people. It's just not going to happen. But there are opportunities, there are places for it. You can see here his rocket completely wiping out a slightly lower level Three Musketeer does give him a bit of an advantage. And again, he's just biding his time, waiting for that final minute so that he can start pumping extra elixir and get those rockets up. And again, double rocket domination. It's terrible to see rocket and then literally rocket after rocket coming in on your Inferno Tower, or on your regular tower, on your King's Tower, on your Crown Tower. I can't even say it right. I'm all flustered. So here it is. There's an elixir collector in the back. You can see he's getting ready with a rocket. He goes over to the Valkyrie once again, reconsidering, and then here it comes. You knew it was coming because that elixir collector is within range of the tower and the elixir collector for one rocket, and there it goes. So that right lane tower in a lot of trouble. And again, this player splitting musketeers, but because he has lower level musketeers and DC Legend with the higher level fireball, the musketeer's not effective here, having no chance to get in there. Obviously, a higher level 3 musketeers could be dealt with a zap and a fireball, but DC Legend doesn't even need to use that, saving his zap spell and of course his rockets for the opponent's tower. Speaking of, here comes another rocket. We're down to close to 1,000 hit points with less than 10 seconds left on the clock. It does not look good because you know what's coming. We all know what's coming, and I hate to even, I don't want to watch. I don't want to see this because it's dirty. It really is. I'm really hoping that DC washes his hands after every single battle because it's not a pretty sight. And I got to tell you, honestly, right here, to have a rocket come in, it's frustrating, but to have a rocket and then a mirrored rocket, I don't know if I can think of a more frustrating. Oh, and then he throws up the well played. Who is this guy? DC. Oh, man. Oh man, fireball in the tower. I don't know, you guys. I'm telling you, it's the game. It's the way the game is. You can't change it. You just have to live with it. And you know what? This right here, for the opponents that are losing to DC in this manner, this is a good exercise in self-control, serenity now, calm yourself, center yourself, focus, and realize it's just a game. It shouldn't raise your blood pressure. It shouldn't ruin your day. It shouldn't cost you hundreds of dollars in broken devices. You should just go ahead and move on. Yeah, I've had some moments where I've wanted to do stuff. You know, the family members have maybe had some moments. Maybe we've had a broken iPad in the past. Gala wife. But that was, I think I told that story in a live stream. If you want, ask me about that in a live stream and I will explain to you how this nice white little iPad mini became broken because of Clash Royale. All right, so we're on to another battle, and again, I don't know, you guys, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but so much defensive damage here. The fireball and the zap taking down troops. He's got an Ice Wizard slowing down troops, a Valkyrie good for stopping any sort of group of troops on the ground anyway, and then airborne troops, the Ice Wizard, the fireball, and if he really has to push it, the rocket. Any big tank troops, he's got the Inferno Tower. So when you really think about it, this deck is reasonable. It has its strong points. Again, I'm not recommending you do this. Don't do this, okay? But I'm just saying, from a fundamental standpoint, the deck kind of checks all the boxes, right? Except for, of course, the box that says get your units to the opponent's tower. But hey, you know, again, this is the fault of the Clash Royale design team. If they didn't want stuff in the game like this, then they wouldn't have it. Now, back in the beginnings of Clash Royale, when this game was in company playable and beta, you know who was the filthiest, dirtiest rocket user of them all? Nick at Night. Nick at Night would go in and just launch rocket after rocket after fireball after rocket until he demolished your tower. That's all he needed to do, and it was so frustrating. I can still remember facing Nick and getting annihilated by him like that. And of course, Molt, poor Molt. I saw Molt age at least 8 years, 1 week in Helsinki, facing Nick and this strategy. So here, a well-timed rocket catches the tower and the princess down to the final 30 seconds once again, and you see that DC's opponent has dropped the giant way in the back, trying to get some big push going together, trying to get some elixir building up, but that is just giving DC time to drop more damage. You can see once again the Ice Wizard and the Valkyrie doing a great job of defending the Inferno Tower. There is the Desperation Rocket on defense this time, helping to protect that tower. Works out pretty well. Another Ice Wizard. We're into sudden death. And again, DC has an Elixir Collector going. His opponent does not. His opponent has less than 1,000 hit points on the tower, and you know what that means. Here comes the Giant and the Balloon. But again, DC preparing with the rockets. It looks like he's going to rocket the balloon. Rocket a balloon. That may be the first time I've seen a balloon rocketed. And that right there, I have to tell you, I thought that was the end of this battle. With the balloon moving in, the rocket and the zap actually takes care of the balloon. Fireball on defense. Who needs troops when you've got spells? Just throw spells at him on defense. He's grinding the tower down with arrows down to 204, but here it comes. One rocket, we're down to 460. You can see it's already queued up. Oh man, the well played. Then the other rocket, and he sneaks in a zap spell, and it's GG. Well, maybe not that GG, but the game is over anyway. Thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end of this very painful episode, as if there's actually anybody that's still here. Oh, no, but seriously, if you are truly a member of the hashtag Galafam. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Get out there and make every attack a full attack, and I will see you guys back here again tomorrow for more. I already said that. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.
Galidon, come on man, don't lie. That's your new favourite dick. Oh, I know it. Show me your dick, Galidon. Show it to me.